Good morning. I'm Roshan Gidwani. Welcome to the Daily Morning Note. Asian stocks look set for a steady start Wednesday as traders weigh a climb in Wall Street shares, Treasury yields, and the dollar amid robust U.S. economic data and more calls for tighter monetary policy. Futures for Japan rose, while Hong Kong's dipped. Australia slipped at the open. U.S. futures fluctuated after equities extended their rally overnight, buoyed by robust detail sales and factory output and generally solid reports from Walmart Inc. and Home Depot Inc. But concerns linger that high inflation could eventually bite, and Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis President James Bullard called for more hawkish monetary policy. In Singapore, property developer City Developments Limited has sold Singapore dollars 2.5 billion worth of units in the first 9 months of the year, surpassing the amount it sold for the whole of 2020, the main board listed company said on Tuesday, November 16th. The group and its joint venture associates sold 414 units with a total sales value of Singapore dollars 784.4 million in the third quarter. Its operational update indicates that this brought its sales performance in the 9 months ended September 30th to Singapore dollars 2.5 billion with 1,382 units sold. Its year-to-date performance represents a 30% increase in units sold, as well as a 76% increase in total sales value, compared with the same period last year. Next up, chocolate confectionery company Delphi posted earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, EBITDA, of US dollars 6.4 million for the third quarter ended September, up 20.8% from EBITDA of US dollars 5.3 million in the corresponding period last year. In a bourse filing on Tuesday, November 16th, Delphi said the growth was due to higher gross profit margin and tighter control on operating expenses. Gross profit margin rose 2.8 percentage points to 27% in quarter three from 24.2% a year ago. Moving on. Singapore-based Sea, which owns e-commerce platform Shopee and game developer Garena, reported on Tuesday a third quarter net loss attributable to ordinary shareholders of US dollars 568.9 million, widening from US dollars 420 million a year ago. Revenue, however, rose 121.8% to US dollars 2.7 billion for the 3 months ended September 30th. Gross profit increased 147.5% to US dollars 1 billion. Loss per share was US dollars 1.056 compared with US dollars 0.855 a year ago, missing an estimate of US dollars 0.803 based on a Bloomberg poll of 4 analysts. Next up, Singapore Airlines has invested some Singapore dollars 230 million in the development, design, and installation of new cabin products for its fleet of Boeing 737-8 aircraft, which will progressively return to service after the aircraft model was grounded for over 2 years due to fatal accidents. SIA announced on Tuesday, November 16th, that 6 of its 737-8 aircraft have been retrofitted with the latest cabin products and will gradually enter into service on short to medium haul flights across the airline's network in the coming weeks. This includes services to points in Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Maldives, Nepal, and Thailand, subject to regulatory approvals. Another 31 Boeing 737-8s are due to join SIA and will be delivered progressively. Next up, Keppel Corporation on Tuesday, November 16th, reiterated that its offer for Singapore Press Holdings, SPH, is firm and irrevocable and also provides the shortest time to pay out by mid-January 2022 for SPH shareholders. Keppel's statement comes one day after the consortium comprising hotel properties, businessman Ong Beng Seng, and 2 Temasek-linked entities, CLA and Mapletree, raised its offer for SPH. Keppel had days before raised its bid too. Cascade & Peak is now offering each SPH shareholder the option of an all-cash offer of Singapore dollars 2.36 or Singapore dollars 2.40 per share, comprising of Singapore dollars 1.602 cash and 0.782 of an SPH REIT unit through a distribution in specie by SPH. Next up, in the US, Walmart's fiscal third quarter earnings on Tuesday topped analysts' expectations as price-sensitive grocery shoppers flocked to its stores amid rising costs for household staples. The retailer says it's helping it manage through snarls supply chains as it negotiates with manufacturers, bulks up its inventory, and charters its own ships to move goods across the globe. Walmart raised its forecast for the year, saying adjusted earnings per share will be around US dollars 6.40 versus its prior expectations of between US dollars 6.20 and US dollars 6.35. Shares are up less than 1% in pre-market trading. Next up, Google will spend Australian dollars 1 billion, Singapore dollars 736 million in Australia over 5 years, the tech giant said on Tuesday, just months after it threatened to pull its services from the country in response to tougher government regulation. The main operating unit of Alphabet said it planned to expand cloud infrastructure, set up a research hub staffed by Australian researchers and engineers, and partner with science agency, the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation. Google Australia Managing Director Mel Silva, who earlier this year threatened to block Google's search engine in the country, said the spending plan would bring significant technology resources and investment. Next up, Qualcomm Inc. on Tuesday said that German automaker BMW will use its chips in its next generation of driver assistance and self-driving systems. San Diego-based Qualcomm is the world's biggest supplier of chips for mobile phones, but has been diversifying its business, with more than a third of its chip sales coming from sources other than handsets. Qualcomm's announcement of the BMW win came before an investor presentation, where it was expected to give new details about its strategy. A spokesperson for BMW said that the new chips would be used for its new class series of cars, set to begin production from 2025. Next up, JP Morgan Chase files suit against electric vehicle maker Tesla in a dispute over warrants, according to court filings out Monday. The bank is seeking US dollars 162.2 million plus interest, attorney's fees, and expenses. JP Morgan alleges that Tesla has breached the terms of a contract that the company signed pertaining to repricing the warrants. Tesla was supposed to deliver shares or cash if its share price went above a contractually set strike price by a certain expiration date, the complaint says. Next up, shares of Lucid Group jumped by more than 5% during after-hours trading before retreating to about even after reporting its first quarterly financial results as a public company. The electric vehicle startup announced a notable increase in vehicle reservations and confirmed its production target for next year, while reporting a net loss of US dollars 524.4 million in the third quarter. Lucid, which went public via SPAC deal in July, reported that it has lost US dollars 1.5 billion through the first 9 months of the year. That's about it from me. I'm Roshan Gidwani. Thank you.